Hello viewers, welcome to the Captain's Lobby. I hope that you are fine and fit. As you know that I'm going to tell you how to prepare the journal entries, trial balance and financial statements, automate for complete beginners. I hope that you will like the video, watch the complete video till end so that you can get everything from this video. So first of all, you have to give the name heading of your company or business. I'm using the examples Captain's Lobby Private Limited, and just for an example, I just want to write at the top, and you can just increase the width of the cell, and according to your preferences you can just choose the appropriate dimensions of the cell. And first of all, you have to prepare this chart of accounts, and prepare all those sheets. Go to the home menu and select the font and the size of the writing, and according to your suitability. Now select press Ctrl 1 and select the border beneath the cell, and so that you can this border beneath, and you can select your favorite color. Select the navy blue in this example. You can even just broaden the length of the line. So first of all, it's very much important that you should you categorize your accounts, which accounts you have been using, and subcategorizing those accounts. And we are to label the financial statements, which account go to which financial statement, either income statement or balance sheet. So most common and famous type of accounts, assets, liabilities, equity, revenue and expenses. So this is the pro forma of the beginning of your work journey towards end. From very beginning I'm going to tell you, so don't skip in between the parts or else you will find difficult. So you are well aware of the subcategories. There current assets, non-current assets, same in the case of liabilities, current, non-current, and equity, expenses, revenue will remain the same. So you can just label the financial statements. As you know that non-current assets goes to the balance sheet, and the expenses, revenue, there's a nominal accounts, the non-income statement, they hit the income statement. Your 3 columns are being completed. You can just give them a particular layout. You can just add the bold, and you can just change the font size. And look at that, the categories, you can just change the size of the letters, alphabets. Press Ctrl T and uncheck the box, and you can see that I can just easily put a design on the table. So that's not very much important, but you can do so by highlighting all those tables. Okay, copy the same thing to the next sheet of journal entry. Okay, now copy appropriately. Yes, you can just adjust the width of the cell accordingly so that you don't skip any of the thing. Okay, you can just write for the year. You can just rename any of the years. In this example, I'm using 2023, and you can just how simple is that? Press Ctrl 1 again, and you use the line beneath the cell. You can change the color. You can just add some sort of formatting in this regard. So just making some adjustments so that it looks even professional. You're just going to prepare the table for the journal entries. This is the most I must say the main backbone of our account. Debit, either account goes to credit, either debit. You can either synchronize the font of as you're use the same font throughout. so that it looks unique and it looks uniform. Again, press Ctrl T and then check the box. Ctrl A S T to remove those columns. Control A, alternate AST. So you can just rename start individual accounts. Yeah, these are the journal entries you can see on the left side of your screen. These are different conditions and different situations business may encounter in regular transactions. I'm making for the month of 2023. My financial year is ending in 7th month of the year. So many companies depends upon many companies whenever they can end their financial year. It's a complete 12-month calendar transaction. So this is the description comprises of the explanation where we have spent our money, or what is the reason, or you can just come back and forth to just adjust all those changes. Debiting, two accounts are being used. Cash would be debit with amount 4 lakhs, and equity will hit to the credit, and you should make sure that all the columns are balanced with the same figure. The thing is that you can apply the data validation. Going to the data, you can just apply that data validation. You come back to that previous sheet and you can just hit to the E column, and you can press the range again. We have see that we pull the validation tool over here, a drop down tool, and again we just copy this column. I'm repeating the step for you so that you can just make good use of it. Yeah, so now whenever we'll put some amount over here, it will appear in that. So as you can see that we are by a drag and drop option, we have copied the drop down option in the subsequent cells, and we can easily find out without. So make sure that the things you are entering in that sheet will only appear in the drop down column. Anything enter externally will not be stored in this drop down validation facility. So now you're going to change these two things. And third, let's say 2nd of July, what we did, we deposited 15 lakh, approximately 15 lakh in the bank, deposited in bank. Yeah, and what would be credited? That approximately cash would be credited in this regard, because we are the cash we just got from the investment are going to be is going to be deposited in the bank, so it will increase our bank or it will reduce our liquidity of cash. Yes, coming to the next step, what we did in the next step, inventory was purchased on credit from Gigamart on 5th of July. And what the cost inventory when inventory is purchased, what is the entry on credit? Yeah, inventory would be debited and payable would be credited. Inventory from Gigamart, it would be debited. We will write over here so that it appears in the drop down menu. Is the most basic and method used in Excel, in advanced in QuickBooks and Oracle. Even though in SAP these advanced options are available, but in Excel you know that it is basic. Yeah, you can add some updates of Excel are available. You can just use modified form of Excel 365 latest version. Supports the bookkeeping and professional accounting at 2024's era. Account payable is a liability, is a current asset, so it will be credited. So we will just copy and paste the description in the next column. I hope that it's been a great journey till now, and it will be till end, because I don't want to waste time the viewer. Or the main things have been record it. You can just pause the video, reverse the video if you don't understand any entry. First of all, you have to open your screens with this video so that you can learn that entry and you can have the practice of it. So inventory account would be written in inventory purchase from double plus. That's another account we are adding. We are the beauty of the accounting is that we can create separate accounts, individual accounts. We can create the accounts we need. There's no limit. We can even create our personal accounts or official accounts. So we can also create the creditor accounts. So we are purchasing inventory on credit. We are selling the inventories. Yeah, Mr. X we are selling the inventories on Mr. X. So receivable is our current asset. So receivable will be debited. So I'm writing receivable here. Receivable is another value. It increases our assets, so it will be credited. What will be credited? Inventory will be credited. It decreases in receivable. Sales revenue will be credited and inventory will be debited. So receivable is debit and sales is credit. With amount and sold on credit receivable. Actually, I would be rectifying this later in the video. Now always remember, when you sell on a credit, receivable is debit and sales revenue is credit. Always remember. I will rectify this entry in later in this video. I'm just going flow, so that first of all I complete my journal entries and then I will just remove any error and I will present faithfully. Now yes, I'm rectifying this now. Account receivable and sales revenue here. I come to know I have to put another account of sales because it was not spotted, it was not included in our individual account list, and now it is included, or we can just easily select the sales. Yeah, it's a matter of just giving time to these things, and one of when you give the time, when you honestly give the complete appropriate time it needs, it requires, it develops a good image on the mind, and you are having good giant grip on this in this field. Entry sold. So this is a double entry, and it's sold and sold in cost of goods sold. Wait, what is the double entry? Cost of goods sold and inventory is credited. It will decrease the inventory and expense will be debited, and inventory is decreased will be credited. So copying all those things, applying the pivot table right from the insert option, and just putting data and account in the rows, and debit and credits balances in, put the values over here, the drag and drop option, and go to design, go to subtotals, and then we go to repeat all level items, report layout. You can just make sure the video is completely watched, and you if you are stuck, you can also reverse the video. You can also make it slow by going to settings if you skip any steps. So this is the most let's say the most used form of making pivot. This is a simple pivot table, and to make the ledger, you're posting from journal entry to the ledger. So go to fields, items, and adjust the balance. You can add some debit balance from that column, fields column, and subtract it from subtract debit and credit, and you will have the zero balance when you go down. So this is a complete, and you're not going to miss each and everything. Go to insert option, and you can just easily select the slicer over here. We can do slicer in account, so that we can easily have access to account we need. That's a slicer. We can write, we can just name over here the ledger. We can just add some heading over here. The thing is that automatically, there's no need. We had a journal entry, ledger is prepared automatically. Just only we needed some expertise in pivot table arrangement. You can see later after watching the complete video. And after the ledger, trial balance will be made, and that trial will also be automatically adjusted. We don't need any sort of additional editing and additional input. For convenience, you can also name you are discussing, you're studying the amount of cost of goods sold, so you can also name the cost of goods sold over each account. Okay, when you go to trial balance, finishing the slicer, finish the slicer option. Right from that menu, you will click the cross button, and that trial balance will automatically readjust it, as that was seen in early in the video that was caught up. So we see that trial balance automatically adjusted in this scenario. Applying the VLOOKUP option, be very much careful when apply the VLOOKUP option. As you know, spellings mistakes should be avoided in this regard. And as we drag down, we can see that what is the account name and what is the nature of that account. There is payable is a current liability, or receivable is that is very much important to just tell you which accounts belongs to which nature. So now we are gonna hit the chart of accounts again over here. Go to that slides, and then there's a column 3 labeled financial statement. The Excel will automatically find that statements, and we will get to know. We'll pick when we will draw out the financial statements like income and balance sheet. So the amount will be automatically readjusted. So when you go to the sales, it will automatically read the sales amount. We'll find out the sales, cost of goods also. You can apply the we just writing the same formula. It will prove that it will pick up the sales amount from that table automatically. We don't need to find, even though no matter if the data is too long. It's short data, but sometimes the company is a long data. So that VLOOKUP is very important in lengthy sort of data. If the answer is in minus, you can easily put a minus before the VLOOKUP sign. So first of all, press Control 1, go to number, and you can also use bracket sign over here. So brackets automatically adjusted. We can again repeating. Also make sure that decimal separator is turned off. Some of this will be written, that would be a gross profit over here. Sales minus CGS. Now we're gonna write operating expenses. All those expenses we wrote earlier on in the journal are automatically transmitted into the income statement from trial balance. Cut and copy and paste so that spelling mistakes can be avoided. If you are rendering some sort of spelling mistakes, if you're experiencing some sort of grammatical contradictions, so the VLOOKUP option will never work. Make sure that you use copy pasting techniques in this. So the expenses signs are written in minus. Why entertainment expense is not copying? I put the same formula. I think there's sort of problem. Where is our entertainment? We go back to our trial, and we are writing in column 7,50,000. We're gonna sum up all these amounts, and that is a total. We're gonna add a bracket around by pressing Control 1. We have the menu, and just we can easily add a bracket around this. Yes, now we're gonna add some text. Text will be added right after obtaining operating profit. This is a profit before tax, and then after the tax, in this case it's 25%, 29%. Yes. So we can easily add, first of all, sum up all those expenses, and then we write expenses as a lump sum amount. Before summing, you cannot write first sum and then subtract it from the total amount, and then profit will be 60,000, and 29% of it would be our profit. Would be our tax, and net profit is the profit after tax. We'll deduct the tax from the operating profit, and that is approximately 29% of 6,000. This is one. We again put the bracket over here, and now we easily write the net profit by deducting profit, operating profit, and tax amount. So as you can see that we are into that balance sheet. You have to prepare this format to avoid wasting your time. I already prepared this format and check, and for the sake of highlight you can just use a highlighter and we can easily highlight all these required things. This is a slicer option. We can easily distinguish or classify. Income statement amounts are already entered, so remaining amount is the balance sheet label financial statement. So highlighting is very important when you use large amount of data. Now the rest of the thing will be entered over here. Non-current assets is the laptop. What was the non-current asset? The first of all, which is a non-current asset? That will hit the laptop to the financial statement of non-current, and now we're writing this amount over here in the left vertical column, and the total amount will be written in the right vertical column. So what is the amount? Now we are applying again. So coming back to the next half, we are just selecting this whole trial balance, and you can apply the VLOOKUP option. That amount will be copied as it is because we only have one non-current asset. So making some adjustments, writing manually. Make sure that the spellings are right, because due to spelling issues, that for not applying VLOOKUP option. So please make sure that the check is marked and there are no decimal separators. You can also use the commas so that zeros are easily distinguished. For cash is also another current asset account. So first of all, you go for cash, receivables, inventory, bank. Don't forget to add it. Basic theme of this video is just to give you a sense of statements, how in professional field, how you're supposed to write. As a student, you can also practice. If you are a student of this field, you can also practice at a beginning level. It will not take your much effort, it will not take your much time. You can easily grab this video of mine on YouTube, and you after putting video in front of you, you can easily try practice on your laptop screen. Students can easily practice this thing, and you when you will complete your degree or certificate, you will be capable of writing the financial statements, and you can easily go ahead in the competition. So we are just going towards the liabilities and equities portion, and we have one equity and one liability payable over here. So in big data, there are non-current liabilities like bonds or leases. So these are big liabilities. But in this example, we don't possess so we will just apply account payable. And what is the value of account payable? We just apply VLOOKUP. So after applying the VLOOKUP, you see that we just put the minus sign so that minus sign doesn't appear in our presentation. Total current liabilities, we possess only one liability, so I don't need to go for another sort of so equity. Our equity portion will contain the retained earning. Retained earning is our profit, so we will add the profit from our income statement. That will be copied. You don't forget to add this because it is our reserve, and it rolls over and over in our equity portion. We not ignore this is a profit becomes reserve in equity portion. So that was our retained profit, retained throughout the month or you can say that throughout the year. So when you sum up this amount, you will have the total of approximately is 68600, and the total liability and equity sum of 151. Already the check difference between the assets and liabilities should be 0, but due to some sort of data apply tax payable was also added. You can also add tax payable in the account payable option. We also paid the tax. Whatever the tax amount, yes, this was the adjustment that was missing. And due to some other mistakes also, I didn't manage to equal the equities and liabilities, but I was supposed to. I'll write it. It's a complete performer to equalize your decision. This sort of decisions are very much important. First of all, you have to manage uh, the quantity of the tax in the general, so that it is added in the ledger later in the trial, and so on goes to the balance. So you also go to the chart of accounts, add the tax account over here individually, and that is a liability tax expense. It was, but I wrote. So the amount of the tax for this approximately 660. Cash will be credited when we pay the tax. You can also write tax payable credit, tax expense debit, tax payable credit. If you're working on accrual basis, you will write tax payable. If you're working on cash basis, you will write cash in credit side. So like, share, subscribe the video, and don't miss to hit the bell icon if you get positive outcome from this video. See you next time.